everyone, my name is Keely. Welcome to my channel. Welcome back if you've been here before. Today I'm going to talk about all the books that I want to read in the month of September. Now, I haven't done a monthly TBR in some time, but I think this month I am going to start to try to bring it back because I just moved. I am starting a new job at the end of September. I have no idea what my schedule, what my hours are going to look like. It's going to be something completely new for me. So I think a TBR is going to be nice to give me some structure as I go into this new job. So I have 5 books that I want to show you, and I feel like this is going to be the month of continuations for me because I have a lot of sequels on this TBR. The first one I have is The Lost Book of the White by Cassandra Clare and Wesley Chu. This is book 2 in the Red Scrolls of Magic series, which is a part of the Shadowhunter Chronicles. This series in particular follows Magnus Bane in between some of the other series in Cassandra's world, so do not start with this series. But Magnus is one of my favorite characters, and I can't wait to see what other shenanigans he got up to in the background of these other series. Next, I have The Sun and the Star by Rick Riordan and Mark Oshiro. This one is kind of a standalone book within the Percy Jackson series because we follow Nico D'Angelo, which is a very beloved character from the Percy Jackson series. Now, since Rick Riordan has continued writing that series, I am trying desperately to catch up with all of his books so I can stay on top of the new releases. I actually recently reread a lot of Rick Riordan's books, and this one I haven't read yet. This one's kind of bigger, but I'm so excited because I love Nico so much, and I'm so interested to see what kind of quests he goes on. Next, I have Lodestar by Shannon Messenger. This is book 5 in the Keeper of the Lost City series, and this one is almost 700 pages, and this is a middle grade series that I absolutely love, but because of how big it gets as the series goes on, I take my time with these books and I read them very slowly. I read about 50 pages a day, so I will be reading this over the course of the month and hopefully I finish it within September. But the quick synopsis for this entire series is we follow a young girl named Sophie who is an elf, but she is living in the human world and she doesn't know that she's an elf with a lot of magical powers until one day this boy comes up to her and he says, "I can read minds just like you can. I'm an elf, you're an elf, we need to go back to the elf world to figure out why you're in the human world and all of your magical abilities." The found family in the series is absolute perfection, and now that we're on book 5, things are really getting heated up. And the last sequel I have is Our Dark Duet by V.E. Schwab. This is the second and final book in this duology. The first one is The Savage Song. I read that book on a whim in August and absolutely fell in love with it. We follow 2 characters named Kate and August, and they live in this city that is basically torn in 2. We have the north side and the south side, and this city is overrun by monsters. And on one side we have Harker, who is this bad, evil man, and when he runs his city, people basically pay him lots of money for protection against these monsters because he kind of controls them. And Kate is his daughter, so she is trying to prove to her dad she can be a Harker until she realizes maybe she doesn't want to be a Harker after all. On the other side of things, we follow August, and he is a part of the Flynn family, who is the leaders for that side of town. Now, this side of town is a little bit more dangerous because people aren't paying for protection, they are fighting for their lives. The twist is August is a monster. There are actually 3 different kinds of monsters in this world, and August is a Sunai, which is one of the most elusive monsters there are. I love the characters, I love this world, so I can't wait to see how this wraps up. Now, because I have a lot of series continuations and big worlds that I'm reading from, I did want to put a standalone on here, so I randomly chose one that is a newer book for me, and that is The Best Way to Bury Your Husband by Alexia Casal. And this one I bought at a bookstore a few months ago because immediately the cover, the title, and the synopsis. So the top here, it says, sometimes a woman has to take matters into her own hands, and it follows a woman named Sally who allegedly never meant to murder her husband until she did. And then the neighborhood women all come together to figure out how to get rid of their terrible husbands. That sounds so good, so comical, but also maybe a little dark. I don't know, we'll see, but I'm excited for this one. Alright, so those are 5 books on my TBR. Now, I have been reading double digits like every month, sometimes up to 21 books this year. Now, September is probably going to be slower because of my new job. I am slumping, I am traveling, so there's a lot going on, but this video is also short. So I figured we would break out my little ghost TBR and draw a random prompt from him. So if you didn't watch one of my recent vlogs, I did a whole vlog where my ghost chose my TBR for me. And I also asked for names, and there was one comment who said we should name him Beauregard. So this is Beauregard, and we are going to draw a prompt from him. Okay, I took his little head off. Let's see, give us a good one, Beauregard. What is this one? I'm scared. Random color generator. All right, let's see, there it is. So this is actually a really good prompt. So basically, it's as simple as it sounds. I'm gonna pull up a random color generator, and then I have to try to find a book that the cover is that color. And this is actually really good for me because I'm in a physical book mood, and so I can choose a physical book for this prompt. Okay, I found a random color website. It's literally called randomcolor.com, and it says, random color, nothing more, nothing less. So the entire screen it gives you is a color. So this is the standard one, so I'm going to refresh it. Ooh, and we have a very pretty blue color. So let me go find a book that matches this. Okay, I think I found a pretty good match, and I'm gonna go with Part of Your World by Abby Jimenez. So this half of the book matches it pretty well, and this is another romance book that everyone is absolutely obsessed with. And I'm a little hesitant because some of the tropes I'm pretty sure I've heard associated with this are not my favorite. I think this might involve a one-night stand and an age gap, which are like 2 of my least favorite things. So we'll see, because I trust my friends. I have read Abby Jimenez before. I loved her short story I read, but the book I read was not great. But I've heard much better things about this series in general, so I'm excited to finally start it. So those are all the books that I am planning on reading in September. Now, hopefully I do read more than that, but like I said, I have no idea what my life is going to look like in the next few weeks. But let me know a book that you are looking forward to, and if you have made it this far in the video, go ahead and leave the goat emoji because Part of Your World has a goat in it. But that is it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. As always, all my social media links will be down below, and I will see you next time. Bye!